All right. So this is the best it's gonna get for now, which is pretty decent. So let me start inking everything, and then we can go to the next step, which is coloring. I'm doing this one because I got a lot of requests for him last live. So I'm just trying to show some love here. Then his bristles. What's up? What's up? Thank you. What's up, guys? Thanks for joining the live. Just trying to stay in the lines here. It's always much more difficult when you're doing a circle. Slow and steady. I am okay. Uh, I was busy the past couple of days, so I didn't go live, but I am back. It's that adult life, like you always got to do something. Thank you guys. Thank you for joining the live. Thank you for liking it already. And then this one. Just like that. It helps to have a steady hand. Thank you, Donatello. It's just practice. Plus, it does help when I'm live, knowing that y'all are watching me. I'm definitely like being extra careful. So, all right, so we can kind of do our thing with this one. Just add this. Then let me wait a little bit, let the ink dry, and then we can start with the colors. And this is just for the texture on the bristles. Appreciate it, guys. Thanks for joining live. Yeah, you can comment. That definitely helps. All right. Let me see. Someone made a YouTube account. They're saying I'm temporarily banned. XLAR. Just practice, like I said. The more you practice, the better you get. Fire Monkey was good, man. Thank you. All right, so I guess I can start erasing now. Just lightly. Because if you start erasing too soon, you'll risk spreading the pen and smearing it all over the page. Was anyone here for my last live? My last live, I had bought this sketchbook that was not really good, and I had to find out different ways to do my stuff. But luckily, I went to the store this morning and got a better sketchbook, so I don't have to worry about that anymore. Yeah, I'm gonna color it right now. All right, so I like having the light directly above him. See if I like having the light directly above him. Means if the light is pointed directly above him, that's going to give me all my shading that's going to give me the information I need to shade properly. Okay. So it's always important to go nice and light. I like doing kind of like a ghost line in between, like this right here. I like leaving that white. It just has like a cooler effect, and uh, it's almost like there's a light casting behind him too, so it just has a cool effect. I'm sure all of you know who Marvin the Martian is from Looney Tunes. Older cartoon, but he's still a legend, and he's still very popular. Yeah, Marvin the Martian. He's one of the old characters, so I don't really expect y'all to know who he is like that. But me, I've been around a little bit, so I understood who he was. So right here, this is the bottom of the helmet. This lip right here. And I'm going nice and soft, as you can see, because I don't want to mess up. I want to kind of build where my shadow should lay. Usually in the ring of like the bill, it'll it'll have some sort of highlight. So I'm trying to keep that intact. This is like the very, very bottom, so this is okay to be dark. Like I said, I know how to shadow it because I've already determined where my light source will be. You guys don't have to have your light source like mine. You guys can have it on the side like this, make it more challenging. I just always feel like when it's directly above someone, it's like really epic. It's like that's where the villain uh, always prefers his light. See, so I'm going soft right here because this is not the main color. This is the shadow of the green that I'm using first. I like doing the shadows first, but the main green is a lighter green. So that's gonna take place of the actual base color of this helmet. I'm just building it up right now. And it is a bigger drawing than what I'm normally used to, so gotta take that in consideration. Like I said, I'm going nice and light. It also matters how your hand is placed. I might have to go at different angles for the sake of this piece because I am right-handed, but when I get on this side, it's a little more difficult. So bear with me. See, I'm not going too crazy. I'm just literally like drawing lines just to cover that, just to get it colored right now. Uh, am I doing a drawing request? Technically, yes, because I do go by the comments a lot of the time. So someone commented Marvin the Martian, and that's what I'm doing. See, so I'm going nice and light, as you can tell, barely, barely even coloring, because my main goal is to get it colored first. Then I can start working with the shadows. You can also kind of cover more ground in a softer way by basically not necessarily coloring in lines, but making like a circular motion while you color. Feels like it gets more ground taken care of and it makes it look more, I don't know, it just feels like it's a better motion for stuff like this, especially especially if you're trying to capture the detail. And then on the darker side, you can kind of, you already know it's going to be a little darker. You kind of just not be so safe on that area. Okay, so this, let me do on this side first. This is the edge of the helmet area. That's what I was saying. And a lot of the white areas that you see now, I'm leaving for the actual green that I'm gonna overlay when I finish, or when I'm getting to that point. So just bear with me. I'm building the shadows right now. So that it's basically like I'm creating a template too. Seeing how the shadows look on it, seeing what needs to be done, and where I can maybe add, some cases subtract. See if I'm going dark enough, light enough. All right. What you drawing? This guy named this is what I was talking about. I need to adjust. Hold on. Make some adjustments real quick. I'm drawing a guy named Marvin the Martian. He's from Looney Tunes. I know you guys have seen him before. So as you can see, it is a process. You're building it up the way you want it to be. So be patient with yourself. Is it hard work? I mean, yeah, it can be, but that's why you guys gotta be patient with yourselves. So it's getting a little better. Like I said, yeah, some people use gloves too. I don't have gloves, so but it only smudges when you like touch the colored area. I don't necessarily touch the colored area. That's why I have to move the paper a certain way if I need to avoid smudging. See, so like I said, you gotta trust the process. You're building it up. So it's more pleasing to the eye. Okay. Now I'm gonna do the same thing here. Kind of create that area that I wanted. Make it a little darker. And do the same thing here. Do you need to do this? No, I just like doing it because it just keeps everything looking better in my opinion. Sorry if I got darker. There's a cat on my window. You know, the cats like being in the window. So I'm just building it up again, nice and light. We already know because it's a helmet, right? There might be a shine right here. Just do a little faint circle right there, and maybe right here. So we're going to keep these areas open. We would do one maybe in the middle too, but this will be blocking it, so there might be a shadow instead. Well, we could add one. Let's just add a slight one right here. So once again, I'm using this as a template. So now it's going to teach me, it's going to show me, I should say, where to stop shading. See, I'm just going nice and light so that you can't even tell. That's part of it. I'm going very, very light so I can basically create a template for me. Because for the most part, this is going to be all colored, right? So like we can't be afraid to color it. That's one of the objectives. Objective is to color. We just got to do it according to where the shadows show us to color, you know, and then kind of go from there. Notice I'm going a little darker, just a tad, just to see how it'll look. I say a tad that way. Let's say I do mess up, you won't catch it because it's so light. See that? See, guys, it's just repetition right now. So now, keep moving the line here. We know that this bottom part is going to be a little darker, right? Because this is where the shadows are furthest from the light on this area of the helmet. I'm going a little higher with the dark because I also know this is going to be in the way of the lighting. And when you're shading, you always want to contour or blend the shading with the shape of the image so it looks more natural. Notice I still kept that little shine there. And to make it more realistic, kind of just try to fade the shadow in slightly so that it's still part of it. See that? I know I got rid of the other one, but it wasn't that important. That was just a little extra. And this part, you can darken it again if you want. You don't have to. It looks like we're just coloring it dark green, but we're not. This is all part of the shadow. And then, oh yeah, this part too. So this part, be a little darker, and then it'll get lighter because of the shape of it. See that? Like a gradient. We're giving it the effect that it bows almost. So this piece will be like this. That's why it has some light here and dark starts here. All right. This part, since it's right underneath the helmet, it's going to be a dark part. But as it gets out of the dark, it gets lighter. See? You can just do it like that. See that? I like this paper because I like this effect. It's like a TV effect, like an old TV effect. I love doing that effect. The other sketchbook I bought, the texture of the paper was different. Caught me off guard. I didn't like it, so I had to go back and buy this one. Then you're just making a gradient again. See the difference? This part is faced us. This basically has no light. This part is dark here because of the helmet, but it comes down and gets lighter because of the light source. And then there's a chisel right there. This part, let me actually fill this in a little more. This part basically twists in a way. See that? And I'm just basically mimicking the same shadows on this side. Make it symmetrical. This is the area that basically has no light, so it's okay to darken this. If there is any light, it's going to be this part of the edge because the light has a better chance of touching that side. but you don't have to even give this light at all, only if you want to. Right here, once again. Just mimicking the other side. Your goal is to make it believable with the shading, that it is either bending or, shaped a certain way. You're telling a story by shading it. So that's why I'm taking a while shading, because it is that important also. You always want to like sharpen the pencil in case it tries to give you a hard time. I want a little darker on that side, so let me try to even it out on this one. All right, so roughly it's about the same. Do curry image of the American age. I don't even know what that is. What's curry image? All right, so I just sharpen this just to get a little more detail going on. Like I say, you don't have to do this. This is just to kind of make it the best it can be. I'm going darker up top because the thing is in the way. The brush, or not a brush, he's basically wearing like a Trojan mask. I mean, a Trojan mask, a Trojan helmet. So the bristles are in the way, which is causing the shadow. It's however you want. You can even leave this line there just to give it a little extra streak. I think it'll look funny, so I'm just going to color that in. All right, so see, it still has some two shines going on. This is the lighter green I was telling you about. This is going to be the main color of it. Lieutenant's characters, Daffy Duck. Oh yeah. Oh yeah, Tom and Jerry. Oh wow. So now we're just gonna lightly go over where the white spots are. And over time it's gonna make it a little brighter because there's a brighter color being introduced. And it's gonna blend it a little better. That's why I kept some of the white open for this reason. See that? It's getting a little brighter green, but it's looking cool. See, I'm not even pressing down hard either. I'm just basically going over all the dark, um, green, and it'll basically fix itself because the shadow's already laid. We don't have to worry about, okay, this side needs to be darker, this side needs to be lighter. You know what I mean? We already laid the shadow down, so if I color everything anyways, I don't have to worry about the lighting. See that? See the difference? Grainer. This is still white complected. Like I say, you don't even need to like really like push the light green in. Just lightly go over it the same way we were doing the shadows. It'll blend itself. Now you didn't have to do a lot of shadows like I did, but I like how it looks with a lot of shadows. Like I said, it makes it more epic looking. That's why I did it the way I did. Now this, you can keep it like that to where white is still present, or you can just color it in lightly. If you want to keep the white, to be honest, this is still, I believe, easy enough to erase. If you think you needed a little, if you think you made it a little darker, you can still erase uh, some of the color. All right, and then we're doing the same thing everywhere else in the helmet. Fake. Sorry, man. I'm sorry he's not real enough for you. All right, and then so the opening of white that I did it so it can have like a ring of like the base color instead, right? So it looks more well kept. Like I said, guys, same thing. The shadow is already in place, so we don't worry about the shadow anymore. And we're doing same thing on this side. Yeah, your hand starts hurting after a while. Let me move this. But unfortunately, like everything you enjoy doing has a price. This is not necessarily a huge price to pay, so I'm cool with it. But for those of y'all that think it's an easy task, not really. You have to still be patient with yourself. You're going to be here for a while, a couple hours sometimes, depending on how extensive the piece you're working on is. And kind of have to just go with it. See that? So for the most part, the helmet's getting nicely done. Getting its green added. See that? So it's looking way better, right? Way better. So when you lay the shadow down, this is basically like the lighter color is its actual base color. It's more of like a glue that holds the rest of it down, you know? Now this is the bottom part, so I can get everything green right here because it doesn't really need white. White is for if there is a see how it's a little darker than here? That's what we want because there's no light necessarily shining on the bottom of the helmet. See, much better. Then we do the same thing here, guys. I'm trying to sharpen this. Appreciate it. Skateboard ET. Thank you for the love, Brickmaster. Um, Mr. Denver 009. Organized Cardi John. Marvin the Martian. He's from Looney Tunes, I think. Back in the day. Uh, your parents might have seen it. So this one, we're basically coloring the white part because it's still underneath the helmet, so it doesn't necessarily mean there's some light. You can give it some light. Me, I'm not, and it's okay. See the nice blend? Everything got a little greener, a little nicer. Same thing. You always want to start on the lighter color first. See, you can just keep it like this. You don't even have to go all the way as far as I did, but I like the blend. So I like it when it's all together. All right, so that's basically his helmet. I wish I had a darker color. So for his face is completely black. I'm running out of black, as you can see. I'm still gonna do stuff, but for stuff like this, since he's already black, you can basically like just fill them in with marker, you know. I'm just going lightly, like how I did that one, so I can see where the shadows should be. Like I said, you don't have to even shadow him. He is like pitch black, but I just want to see. But like I said, stuff like this, you're better off just getting like a marker. I think I have a Sharpie somewhere, but I don't know. Too late now. On this part, it's going to be dark because this is the part directly above his helmet, which means the shadows are the strongest there. It's also hard to hold this little thing. See, believe it or not, you can still do some sort of detail. even though he is black. Let me see. Oh yeah, those that are not sub, please hit the subscribe button. That way I can reach new sets of eyeballs and turn on notifications. That way every time I go live, y'all can definitely see it. You will not miss it. I would greatly appreciate that. Like I said, it's hard to hold this little thing. Appreciate it, sport guy. Anakin, what's up, bro? Thank you, Daisuke. All right, so I will add some white to maybe add some highlights to his face. We will see if that will work. If not, it's fine. These little ones that are on the shorter side, these colored pencils, they kind of make you work out. These ones you got to hold it a certain way and kind of got to adapt to them. All right, so I just want to see how the white will look. So for the white, I'm just basically going over the outline of the where I left the black. Now you don't have to do this. I'm just seeing how it'll look. Now if I wanted to keep going, which I probably have to now. Let me see. So the white, look, you can kind of use it as like its own paintbrush. You're basically blending, making it smoother. See that? So it looks more softer. This is just another effect. I just want to show you guys what can be done. So right here, same thing. See that? Because it's white, it's basically turning the open spots gray. But it's also filling in the little empty holes that we had. See that? So in other words, it basically makes it look a little more digital art. See that? There's a lot you can do with your art supplies. But white does take that place of like a paintbrush once the especially a darker color is applied. See that? Pretty cool, huh? All right, all right. And then let me see. What else am I doing? We can use this one. Oh, actually, we ain't done with this yet. So this, let me see. This is gonna have a little opening for the light, and then we're gonna make his eye look pretty cool. I also want to see if I can. Oh yeah, see, if you feel like you went too light, you always come back with the black. See that? Kind of fix any problems you think you probably added. See? All right, so this one added the pupil, right? Added just enough, and then I'm using the white as a paintbrush to kind of paint the white over the faint black. And just like that, his eyes got a little more 3D-ish. That's pretty cool, right? That's the only thing though. When you start using white as a paintbrush, expect everything to look all smudgy and smeared. That's the sacrifice. The sacrifice you pay for blending the white. I'm not, well, I remember the colors from Marvin the Martian, so I guess I am going by memory on how to color it, but he's basically self-explanatory because he's such an easy character to color. So this, I remember this is like on the gold side. And in this case, this gold color will be the darker color. Appreciate it, cat. Told you there was a cat in my way. Now I could go darker, which I might because this is still kind of brighter. Just going light. See that? Same uh same rule. I'm not trying to go too dark in case I mess up. See, so I'm just touching up the bristles. And then right here. Again, cat? These cats can't get enough of the outdoors. Or at least looking at the outdoors, I should say. And this will also be the darker side. This too, I guess I can darken this part. Please, can you buy me a McFlurry, please? For self-doubt as an artist, because sometimes I get depressed when I see many artists who are already good. Well, if the moment you start thinking like that, you're never gonna win. There's a billion artists better than me too. So basically, you can't think like that. You have to understand that you are also growing as an artist, and you're not in competition with anyone. So you just gotta practice on what you enjoy doing and what you're good at, and you'll develop your style along the way. But uh, but yeah, like I said, the moment you start comparing yourself, you already lost. Luckily, we all have different dreams. So in a way, it's kind of pointless to compare because we're all chasing different things. So just, I know it's easier said than done, but if you can just stop comparing yourself with others and just do your thing, and over time you'll get better and you'll discover your own style. And then you can move on to bigger, better things that way. But that's everything in life. Never compare yourself with someone else. Your dreams are different, you know. Like it's yeah, it is different if you're both going to the NFL and there's only one wide receiver position open. That's different. you kind of have to compare and contrast, like how much is this guy better than me than this and that or whatever. But the earth is too big and plentiful for us to worry about what someone else is doing. Like if I, like look at it this way, if I get inspired by artists that are way better than me. I don't feel bad about myself. I get inspired. I'm like, whoa, you can do that? That's crazy. You know, I get inspired and want to do more. I don't turn that into a negative. I don't look down on myself. See what I'm saying? That's what you got to do. By the way, guys, the ones that are just now finding out about me, please hit the like and subscribe button and turn on your notifications. That way, every time I go live, you guys won't miss it. And I go live a lot. But at least I'm showing you what I do. I'm not the best, but at least I'm showing you the stuff I've learned. That way you can also implement that in your own art. You know what I mean? Well, anyways, guys, that looks like it's done. What do y'all think so far? Y'all like it? Let me try to give you a. No, I didn't do his body because that would be a lot to do. Let's see a better angle. There it is. See that? Now it's not perfect, but you know, trial and error, you get better over time. Now I can, let me try to darken the bristles real quick before I go. I'm going to use this brown because it's in between the gold and the dark brown. This is just to give it more depth. So right here, we can add a little bit right here. This will be dark too because this is inside of the bristles. So this is the furthest from the light. So we can just color this brown. See that? Now this, I'll just do it like that. Not too much, just enough to where it's like, oh, okay, there's a darker color involved. But this is the thing we run into when you apply it last, trying to work with it. I mean, you can apply it whenever. I'm just saying, sometimes there's some texture in the pages that do not want to get filled right. See that? And then right here, And because this is the darker part, just kind of soften the darker part in here. Just like that. And kind of just lightly, almost create like a gradient. Start dark right here and go immediately light. Gives it the effect that this is the bottom of the bristle. You can do this too, just lightly. You don't have to, but adds to the effect. Now these, you can go a little darker. Just a little bit. See that? That's it, guys. Marvin the Martian. Actually, you know what? I don't even know if his eyes are white. Should I leave his eyes like that or make them green? It'll be the same effect, just with green. I think his eyes are actually green. I'm not too sure. Let me do them green, just to be a little extra. Just faintly add the green. See that? Much better, right? Looks more 3D. You see? Because the white I added, it had some sort of midtones. How cool is that, man? How cool is that? Looks really, really cool. Really, really cool. Now we want to go a little overboard. This is going to be a little darker because this is where the shadow enters the eye. How cool is that, man? Look at his eyes. Anyways, guys, this is whatchamacallit, what's his name? Marvin the Martian, man. Marvin the Martian. Up close and personal. If y'all like it, please hit the subscribe button. And I will go live with something else next, but y'all please hit the subscribe button. Uh, that way you don't miss the next one. Love y'all. Thanks for joining the live. Y'all be safe. Peace.